That's as big as they get.
Fields torn apart, crops devastated, overnight livestock pens destroyed, all traced back to one culprit: wild boars. They're not just showing up more often, they're getting bolder and more aggressive. Agricultural damage has reached critical levels. Before the next planting season begins, the most experienced hunters are stepping in. In today's video, we'll take you through heart-pounding chases and daring ambushes, moments that will leave you speechless. Drop a comment with the number 1 to dive into this hunt with us. The first hunt comes from Ryan, a seasoned hunter living in the Anatolian mountains of Turkey. During a hunt, an unexpected encounter turned dangerous. While tracking a large wild boar suddenly charged from the brush, attacking Ryan head-on. Danger unfolded in an instant, but with nerves of steel, Ryan spun, aimed, and took down the beast just before it reached him. Regaining his composure, he spotted another boar nearby, startled by the gunshot and trying to flee. But Ryan was faster, tracking it down, firing and dropping the second target moments later. Next up is Ken, a passionate hunter living in the mountains near Lake Denny. After days of scouting the area, he spotted a herd of wild boars moving through the forest, the very ones that had ravaged the cornfields at the mountain's base. But it wasn't straightforward. Wild boars are cunning and agile, constantly dodging and changing direction, making a clear shot tougher than ever. As the herd came into range, Ken fired. One by one, the boars fell while the others scattered in panic, but none escaped his precise aim. Next is Mark, a professional hunter who captured a memorable moment when he spotted a group of wild boars ravaging a field. Without hesitation, he grabbed his rifle and sprang into action. The steep terrain made approaching difficult, but Mark used the hilltops as natural ambush points. With a clear line of sight, he closed in and took down each boar with professional precision. While other hunters tackled rugged, hilly terrain, Logan had a unique experience in the northern mountains of Turkey. He moved steadily, each step deliberate and silent. Spotting a herd of boars foraging along a slope, he patiently waited. Then, without hesitation, he pulled the trigger. The sudden attack caught the boars completely off guard. As the first one fell, a series of precise, cold-blooded shots followed, each one strikingly effective. To continue today's journey, we have Neil's story. He also had a memorable hunt during a harsh winter. While crossing a quiet, snow-covered ridge, he suddenly spotted a wild boar struggling through deep snow to find shelter. With his target in sight, Neil calmly took position, observed carefully, and with one precise shot, the beast fell, ending its rampage in the area. The farm belonging to my grandparents has suffered relentless damage from wild boars, with crops taking a heavy hit. Now that they're older and can't protect the land like they used to, it's more vulnerable than ever. So my cousin Magnus and I decided to head out on a hunt to safeguard our beloved family farm. We started moving into the swampy area next to the farm around 4 p.m. just as the wild boars began foraging. The bait we'd spread earlier worked quickly, drawing in a boar. I climbed onto a high tree branch hiding behind thick foliage. From this spot, I had a perfect shot. Slowly, I raised my rifle and aimed at the target. Bang, a hit. I exhaled, heart still pounding with excitement. One precise, quick shot dropped the boar instantly. After the first success, I moved to a new ambush point. We stuck with the same strategy, setting out bait to attract the wild boars. After about 20 minutes of waiting, a herd appeared. They weren't too large, but came in numbers. I adjusted my scope, targeting one on the edge of the group. Once certain the target was in range, the shot echoed through the swamp. Another precise hit. One more victory in our mission to track down these wild intruders. My cousin Magnus wasn't far off. He just spotted a new target and was preparing to shoot. The beast kept moving, so Magnus had to patiently wait for the perfect moment. When it stepped into a vulnerable position, a single round from his air rifle hit its mark, dropping the boar instantly. In less than 5 seconds, the animal was down before it could even squeal. Unlike previous hunts for these 2 afternoons, we chose to ambush from treetops. The height offered better visibility, made us harder to spot, and was safer, but it came with risks. One wrong step could lead to a fall, so every move had to be cautious. When a wild boar appeared, my heart started racing. I locked onto the target and pulled the trigger. A hit. I couldn't hide my joy as the boar dropped instantly. That feeling made every effort worthwhile. Wild boars are naturally cautious, but the irresistible scent of bait drew them in, unaware they were being watched. Seizing the moment, Magnus raised his rifle and took aim. With the target dead center in his scope, the shot rang out. Not too loud, but deadly. 2 boars dropped on the spot. Perfect, powerful shots, a performance any hunter would admire. Our previous position was compromised, so I quickly relocated to a new ambush point. Before I could fully settle, a herd of wild boars appeared. Their big mistake, our golden opportunity. I swiftly aimed, locked onto the target, and pulled the trigger. A sharp gunshot echoed. One clean shot, decisively ending the boar's life. Satisfaction surged through me, a well-earned reward for focus and patience. Harvest season is approaching. Locals are worried because every year around this time, wild boars descend from the forest and devastate fields in just a few nights. So we decided to organize a hunt. Some prepared hunting dogs, others brought their packs. Everyone understood if we don't act soon, when the boars come, we'll be left watching our crops get destroyed.
Bravo.
We gathered at the forest's edge. As soon as they were released, the hunting dogs bolted eagerly, tracking the scent. They seemed even more impatient than we were. When their barks echoed, we knew the prey was cornered. Riley was assigned to hold position on a small slope where a herd of wild boars had been spotted. The dogs began driving the prey up from the base. As the barking grew louder, a piercing gunshot rang out, hitting a boar. It still thrashed, refusing to yield. That stubbornness only earned it 2 more shots before it finally lay still on the hillside. The team spread out to widen the search area. I moved forward slowly, staying highly focused. Suddenly, a wild boar appeared right in front of me, just 3 meters away. Before it could react, it dropped from a precise shot. I hoped the next encounters would go as smoothly. The sound of barking dogs echoed from deep in the forest. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and pulled the trigger decisively. The gunshot briefly drowned out the barking, and the boar fell right in its hiding spot. After hours of hunting, the dogs kept working tirelessly with unrelenting zeal. Thanks to their efforts, we quickly spotted another target and took it down with clean, efficient shots. Each accurate shot brought a sense of relief, as every boar felled meant one less threat to the upcoming harvest. As the forest finally fell silent, we used GPS to locate the dogs. They were gathered at a spot far down the slope. As soon as we arrived, a dark figure suddenly appeared in our sights. Instantly, a sharp gunshot rang out. The boar dropped on the spot. That golden moment lasted mere seconds. That's why when you sense prey nearby, never take your finger off the trigger. Have you ever hunted wild boar with a rifle? If yes, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a 5. As I continued scanning the area, I stumbled upon a small stream, a perfect feeding spot for wild boars. Let's see if we find anything here, I muttered, gripping my rifle tightly. Sure enough, minutes later, the dog's barks rang out like an alarm. A massive black boar charged forward. I was ready. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and pulled the trigger. The gunshot echoed through the forest walls, ending a dramatic and intense confrontation. Wild boars are formidable creatures of nature, fierce, resilient, and remarkably adapted to harsh environments. An adult can weigh between 100 and 150 kilo, with some males exceeding 200 kilo. Armed with razor-sharp tusks, deadly weapons when they counterattack, each hunt becomes a high-stakes challenge. Today I'm heading out again, ready to face them in the rugged mountain forests. Mount Banika, about 8 kilometers from Enoch's house, was chosen as the first ideal hunting spot. Upon arriving, everyone quickly took their assigned positions. I carefully checked all my gear and patiently waited for the prey to appear. There it is! Shouts rang out from different points. Seeing the boar charge toward me, I swiftly raised my rifle, aimed, and pulled the trigger. It wasn't large, but it was incredibly fast. I fired several shots, 4 missed. Just as it was about to disappear into the brush, my final shot hit its mark, dropping it. The hunt had just begun, but the air was already tense. It seems today will be a real challenge for the whole team.
Çok güzel. Şöyle gelseler, şuradan şöyle bir al.
The sun grew harsher. To conserve energy in the scorching heat, we decided to bring the hunting dogs and continue the search. Exactly 15 minutes later, the dogs started barking, a promising sign that prey was near. We scanned the surroundings with absolute focus. As expected, a boar suddenly charged out. I didn't hesitate, firing a rapid burst of shots. The bullets hit their mark. Badly wounded, the boar collapsed shortly after.
Yavaş, yavaş. Ben gelmeyeyim bak. Gelin mi?
Following a narrow trail up the mountain, we suddenly heard strange noises from the nearby bushes. I immediately signaled the team to stop and carefully raised my rifle. "Shoot now," someone else shouted. With one clean shot, the bullet hit its mark and the boar dropped instantly. I never thought I could pull off such a perfect shot. To avoid alerting the wild boars, we had to stay downwind. But the scorching heat of the mountain forest left everyone drenched in sweat, making the hunt more intense and exhausting than ever. "There's one," Enoch shouted after spotting a boar. He quickly moved to intercept it on the trail. Tension mounted with every second. When the gunshot rang out, the boar staggered instantly. That shot was fatal. It couldn't run far. While tracking a lone boar, I suddenly heard the dogs barking louder. Instinctively, I raised my rifle and boom! The boar charged out, catching me off guard. Luckily, quick reflexes allowed me to take it down cleanly. Now it lay motionless on the ground. The thrilling chase had finally ended. As soon as I spotted the prey, I didn't hesitate and fired immediately. Everything went smoothly. Afterward, we collected some valuable trophies from today's hunt. After a long and exhausting morning, the team achieved solid results. But with a dense population of wild boars in this area, it's clear we'll be back soon to continue the cleanup hunt. It's day 3 of our week-long hunt. We've tracked wild boars from the western hills across 2 creeks and slept under a large elm last night. A big old boar showed up on the trail camera last night, weighing about 260 pounds with tusks curved like hooks. This morning, the wind is in our favor. The hunt is on again. We headed straight to the area with heavy boar tracks from the day before. From my vantage point, I raised my rifle, peered through the scope, and saw it. The bullet hit its mark, dropping the boar instantly. Hank let out a short whistle. I knew right away more were nearby. A smaller boar appeared. Without hesitation, my finger tightened on the trigger. On the trail, Hank had pinpointed the boar's direction. I moved to block them at the path's edge while Hank and Dawson flanked from both sides, a classic pincer tactic. A gunshot rang out. I dropped the first target. With a tight formation and perfect coordination, we had full control of the hunt. More boars fell one by one. Mid-morning, we ventured deeper into the forest, searching for bigger boars. Dawson suddenly halted ahead. We all heard a distinct rustling in the dry leaves. No time to waste. Dawson raised his rifle and dropped the boar with one shot. Before we could catch our breath, another rustling came, this time from the right. A herd of wild boars burst from the underbrush, an incredible wild spectacle. Gunshots rang out continuously, the sound of Hank racking his rifle echoing non-stop. These were undoubtedly the most intense and thrilling moments of the day. During a brief break, we regrouped, refined our ambush strategy, and moved southeast through the forest. Sure enough, another herd appeared. My instincts kicked in. I loaded and fired without mercy. Amid the gunshots, another boar fell. Near the end of the day, exhausted and planning to stay just a bit longer in case a stray boar passed by, a new herd suddenly charged in. Hank laughed. Looks like no one told the boars hunting season started. The moment I spotted them, my fatigue vanished. I raised my rifle, aimed, and dropped one instantly. As the third day ended, we were all exhausted, sweaty, and covered in dirt, but our eyes still sparkled. It was a tough day full of surprises and completely worth it. On the way back to camp, the forest echoed with laughter, cigarette smoke, and stories of precise shots. Tomorrow we'll continue the hunt because out there the wild boars aren't gone yet. Thanks for watching this video to the end. Please support us with a like and follow. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. Hello. Are you ready to explore the wilds of Wyoming? Gunshots echo through dense forests as hunters track a massive invasive species encroaching on residential areas. How did they breach urban boundaries? Can the hunters protect their homes while respecting the natural ecosystem? Comment number 1 and watch the video to uncover the surprising developments surrounding this invasive species in Wyoming. Bears, despite their massive size, can climb through second-story windows to enter homes. In Wyoming, long a stronghold of black bears, the sudden arrival of brown bears has turned everything upside down. With their climbing prowess, they've broken into over 120 homes through windows in 2024, causing tens of millions in damages. Grocery stores have been forced to close, and residents in several towns are in a state of panic. The appearance of these bears in Wyoming isn't due to natural habitat destruction, but rather the result of human impact. Illegal wildlife trade and the relocation of bears from other regions have inadvertently turned Wyoming into their new territory. In emergencies, contacting wildlife management authorities immediately is the best way to ensure safety. One of the first breakthroughs in addressing Wyoming's bear challenge came from studying their behavior. In 2019, Wyoming launched a tightly regulated bear hunt to more effectively manage this invasive species. With a strict quota of 200 bears out of an estimated population of 3,500, the government ensured the hunt would not harm the growing bear population. Nearly 4,000 permits were issued, reflecting strong hunter interest in participating in the bear management effort. Wyoming's bear population has surged from about 400 individuals in the 1980s to over 4,500 by 2023.
This way. Got him. That's a giant bird. Oh my gosh. On a bucket list animal. Good hair.
An alarming figure given their reproductive rate. Female bears produce 1 to 3 cubs per litter, with a reproductive cycle lasting about 20 months, leading to rapid population growth, especially in western and northern Wyoming. These bears often travel along forest corridors and river valleys in search of food, venturing deep into suburban areas and posing a direct threat to residents. Tracking bears requires a strategic approach combining keen observation with deep knowledge of their behavior. Hunters with at least 6 years of field experience in Wyoming are highly skilled at identifying key signs like scat, which varies with diet and season. In fall, sweet-smelling scat indicates bears are eating berries to store energy for hibernation. Fresh paw prints with wide pads and long claw marks provide clues about a bear's size and movement patterns. These observations often reveal travel routes or resting spots, as bears tend to follow dense forested valleys or water sources in search of food and shelter. Wyoming's regulations strictly limit bear hunting to designated areas like the Bridger-Teton and Shoshone National Forests, with hunters required to adhere to permit boundaries. Identifying damaged trees, overturned rocks, and characteristic scat patterns helps hunters locate bear hideouts and understand their movement within territories. Reflecting on past hunts, Wyoming hunters now prioritize firearms training and maintaining a safe distance of 100 to 200 yards when confronting bears. Do you think this approach is effective? If yes, leave comment number 2. If not, leave comment number 5. Maintaining this distance allows hunters to stay in control and avoid startling bears, reducing the risk of confrontation. In past hunts, some unprepared hunters faced dangerous moments, but fortunately, no hunters were injured. Silence is key. If a bear charges unexpectedly, experts advise hunters to stand their ground, avoid eye contact, make themselves appear larger, and speak firmly. Never run from a bear, as they can reach speeds up to 35 miles per hour. To address these conditions, Wyoming implemented a bear baiting strategy starting in 2019 to control the population of this invasive species. Statistics show this method increased hunting success rates to 70%. In western Wyoming, where bears cause significant economic damage, incidents have notably decreased thanks to this strategy. Baits placed on elevated mounds and combined with scents like honey-dried fruit and salted meat create a strong attraction for bears. This method not only keeps bears in the baited area, but also gives hunters ample time to prepare for an accurate shot. Remarkably, bears leaving the bait site carry the scent, attracting others back and creating an effective cyclical effect. Only hunters aged 18 and older are permitted to participate in the hunt. Thanks to this strategy, the number of problematic bears has decreased by over 1,000 in the first 4 years of implementation. With everything set and the hunting ground centered in Wyoming's Bridger-Teton National Forest, the dense woods come alive with subtle signs of movement. This area was legalized for bear hunting in 2019. An average bear weighs between 350 and 500 pounds, demanding precision and respect. Perched high on a tree stand, the hunter draws the bow, watching intently as a massive figure weaves through the underbrush. Its thick body and broad shoulders move with both power and caution, a reminder of its dominance in this wild landscape. As the distance closes, the hunter feels the weight of the moment, months of preparation distilled into a single shot.
Dude, that's 4 big bears in a row.
Bait preparation is critical when bow hunting bears because it consistently draws them to the same location, saving hunters hours of tracking. Bears are attracted by scent, focusing them on foraging. However, hunters must stay vigilant as bears are known to climb trees for safety or food. This behavior requires hunters to set up tree stands at least 200 yards from the bait to avoid detection due to bears' keen sense of smell. But why do hunters sometimes encounter brown bears in Wyoming despite the focus on black bears? The answer lies in misidentification. Black bears in Wyoming vary in color from jet black to light brown, often leading hunters to mistake them for other species. Shifting from the precision of bow hunting to the raw power of firearms, bear hunting in western Wyoming brings a new level of intensity. Legal hunts in the region are tightly regulated to protect the local ecosystem. Hunters may only target mature bears identified by size and solitary behavior and must avoid pregnant or nursing females. Wyoming's temperate climate with cool summers and frigid winters adds another layer of challenge to tracking this invasive species. Each hunt tells a story not just of skill, but of responsibility and respect for nature.
Yeah, that's as big as they get.
Look at the size of this animal. I mean, I'm just dumbfounded.
In Wyoming, bear hunting season runs from early September to late October, challenging hunters to navigate forests and valleys with patience and precision. Equipped with specialized waterproof gear, hunters stay dry and protected, ensuring they can traverse rugged terrain safely. After the hunt, the work continues. Hunters are responsible for harvesting all usable parts of their quarry. This commitment reflects a deeper purpose of preserving Wyoming's fragile ecosystem while respecting the lives taken. Please support our channel with a like and subscribe. Farewell and see you in the next video. Welcome to the thrilling hunting challenge. Take down 50 male turkeys in just 10 minutes. How can hunters achieve this goal in such a short time? Witness their incredible skill, strategy, and focus as every second is filled with tension. As the turkey hunt intensifies, we can't overlook the rapid rise of this species. Drop comment number 1 to dive into learning about these turkeys. The rapid reproduction of wild turkeys, an invasive species, has become a serious threat to the environment and humans, especially in urban areas. Unlike farm-raised turkeys, wild turkeys are aggressive when threatened and are ready to attack residents, causing numerous dangerous incidents. In Sacramento, California in 2024, over 150 turkey-related attacks were recorded, raising concerns about public safety. These attacks not only caused panic, but also disrupted daily life-damaged property and impacted the urban ecosystem. To manage the situation, authorities implemented measures such as controlled hunting and relocating turkey flocks from residential areas to reduce risks and protect ecological balance. Before starting a turkey hunt, preparing with a bow and arrow is a crucial step requiring meticulous attention and exceptional skill. Hunting turkeys with a bow demands far greater precision than using a firearm, as the arrow must be shot accurately to penetrate the thick feathers and ensure a humane kill, minimizing the animal's suffering. Hunters need to regularly practice at the range to improve their skills and become familiar with the appropriate bows, strings, and arrows. According to the North American Archery Association, only about 6% of hunters choose bows and arrows for turkey hunting, but their success rate can be over 50% higher than those using firearms thanks to their focus and masterful technique. Turkey hunting is not a free-for-all activity, but is strictly regulated by government policies to ensure sustainability and protect ecosystems. All hunters must have a valid license, which helps maintain stable wildlife populations and prevent overexploitation. According to the U.S. Wildlife Management Agency, over 2.8 million turkey hunting licenses are issued annually, generating approximately $900 million in revenue from licenses and related taxes. Additionally, regulations ensure fairness among hunters, prevent illegal hunting, and protect other species within the ecosystem. For turkeys, sometimes considered invasive in certain areas, controlled hunting helps reduce their negative impact on vegetation and native species while maintaining ecological balance. You're lucky to not miss the challenge of hunting 50 male turkeys in 10 minutes. Hunters need certifications from specialized safety and skill courses. According to the U.S. Wildlife Management Agency, over 350,000 hunters take these courses annually, reducing accidents and ensuring legality. Do you agree with hunting turkeys using firearms? If yes, leave comment number 2. If not, leave free 5. When hunting with a firearm, hunters must be meticulous in choosing their position and aiming. Male turkeys are highly alert, requiring a cautious approach. According to the National Hunting Association of the USA, the success rate for long-range shots is only about 25%, but it can reach up to 65% if the hunter gets closer. The ideal shooting distance for firearms is 25 to 45 yards. To attract turkeys, hunters often use decoys made of plastic or rubber to lure them closer without raising suspicion. To succeed in turkey hunting, posture and clothing are just as crucial as shooting skills. Hunters must remain completely silent, moving slowly and carefully to avoid startling their prey. Clothing is typically chosen with patterns mimicking leaves, dry grass, or tree bark, combined with earthy colors to conceal their presence. Some hunters also use camouflage netting or sit in hunting blinds to enhance their stealth.
Nice shot. Dropped, boys. There he is.
However, turkey hunting is also controversial. Opponents argue that excessive hunting can deplete turkey populations, affecting ecological balance and biodiversity. Conversely, hunters defend their stance, emphasizing that tightly regulated hunting through licenses helps control populations and prevents overexploitation. The lessons from managing turkey populations and hunting activities highlight the importance of maintaining a balanced and sustainable ecosystem. Strictly regulated hunting not only prevents turkey overpopulation, but also protects habitats for other wildlife. When turkey populations grow excessively, they can damage vegetation, deplete food sources, and impact other species dependent on the same environment.
Oh my gosh.
Got the beard on him.
Revenue from hunting licenses is often used to fund conservation projects such as forest restoration, habitat improvement, and biodiversity protection. As a result, hunting is not only a cultural or recreational activity, but also serves as a vital tool in maintaining ecological balance, ensuring ecosystems thrive sustainably for future generations. Clear weeds and brush around your living area to eliminate turkey hiding spots and keep the environment clean. If you have other solutions, please comment below. Ultimately, hunting 50 male turkeys in 10 minutes showcases the hunter's exceptional skills. I'd love to hear your thoughts on turkey management solutions. Thank you for watching the video to the end. Please support our channel with a like and subscribe.
Hey, back off! Back off! Go away!
Today, I'm taking you on a journey through the wildest lands of South America. From dense jungles to sun-scorched plains where ferocious creatures lurk in every shadow ready to unleash chaos. Every trigger, pull every heart-pounding chase, and every life or death moment happens in the blink of an eye. It's all waiting for you in this adventure. Are you ready? Comment the number 1 to join us and witness the most thrilling showdowns ever seen. John's team arrived at dawn fully equipped and determined to take down as many targets as possible to help restore balance to the piranha-infested forest. Upon reaching the site, they split up and moved to their pre-assigned positions. Minutes passed then. In the distance, a massive shadow silently glided through the trees. John immediately took aim. A single shot rang out clearly. The wild boar had no chance to escape. More gunshots echoed through the forest, signaling that the land was now a little safer. Not far away in Santa Catarina, another front was heating up by the minute. Nick's team moved silently through dense underbrush under the scorching sun where a beast could charge at any moment. The hound's barks echoed, guiding Nick as he tracked faint traces left behind. Suddenly, a massive wild boar with razor-sharp tusks burst from the bushes. Calmly, Nick raised his rifle and fired repeatedly. The boar staggered, then collapsed just meters away. A single moment of hesitation, and it might have been Nick lying there instead. Do you have the composure to face an encounter like that? Meanwhile, deep in the Paraguayan jungle, another silent pursuit was unfolding. Jackson and his hunting team were navigating one of South America's densest forests. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out nearby. His radio crackled to life. A wild boar was fleeing straight toward him. Then it appeared charging like an arrow. Jackson stayed calm, aiming with precision. One shot was all it took. The boar didn't stand a chance against his barrel. More shots echoed through the forest. What impressed me most about Jackson wasn't just his composure, but his lightning-fast, deadly accurate reflexes. The forest isn't always the most dangerous place. Sometimes the real battlefield lies in the parched fields. In Uruguay, Henry and his team were tasked with stopping a herd of wild boars that had been ravaging the forest's edge for days. The team swiftly took cover behind bushes, waiting for their targets. The boars here were no easy prey. One misplaced sound could make them vanish without a trace. Before long, a wild boar appeared, slowly sniffing the air, searching for food. The hunter tracked its every move. Then a gunshot shattered the silence. Rapid shots followed, and the boar collapsed into the tall grass, unable to resist. Another piece of land was reclaimed. Peace was restored, if only temporarily. Now to another front deep in Argentina where vast wheat fields border the forest. Guns and his team were ready for a fierce chase. Each member took their position, forming a barrier to ensure no wild boar could escape. Suddenly, a familiar dark shape flashed across Guns' line of sight. A jet-black boar charged like the wind. Wasting no time, Guns took aim and fired. Each shot tracked the beast's every step. And just like that, the destruction in the fields came to an end. As the sun climbs higher, the beasts grow bolder. They swarm the fields, tearing through crops, churning the soil with razor-sharp tusks and hooves. But today there's no room for destruction. With speed and firepower, we strike back hard, taking down the ferocious intruders before they vanish into the forest. Will today's daylight hunt be enough to end the nightmare for Canada's farmers? At high noon, the team moves without delay. We cross the parched ground, heading toward the vast fields of Canada. The team splits up, scanning for any sign of feral hogs. We tread through tall grass sunlight glaring down. There they are. A herd of wild hogs tears through the field at breakneck speed. I close the distance to give Alex a clear shot. Our coordination is seamless, like we've drilled it 100 times. The crack of gunfire echoes across the field. Every bullet finds its mark. The hogs drop one by one, their bodies scattered across the grass. The chase continues from the heart of the field to the forest's edge, no invader left standing. Meanwhile, the eastern side of the field is anything but quiet. John's team has locked onto another herd of feral hogs. The rustle of dry leaves startles them, sending the hogs scattering in panic. John moves with precision over the rough terrain, staying hot on their trail. Beside him, Kevin is primed for action. Gunshots ring out in the daylight, sharp and decisive. One by one, the hogs fall from closest to farthest. Not a single one escapes the pursuit, marking the end of yet another wild herd. Feral hogs in Canada are no easy prey. They're cunning with sharp hearing and an uncanny sense of smell. We can't just charge in like usual. This time we switch up our approach. The team creeps silently to the field's edge, sunlight filtering through the brush, searching for signs of the enemy. But our rifles are loaded and we've cut off both their escape routes. The gunfire erupts fiercely. Muzzle flashes spark under the sun. The ambush is swift, and in a moment the threat is completely wiped out. Suddenly, a voice crackles over the radio. A large herd of feral hogs is ravaging a nearby field. Without hesitation, we regroup with the team. On arrival, everyone fans out to assign positions, swiftly surrounding the field. The first shot rings out and the herd scatters instantly. But what follows is a relentless barrage of gunfire, boxing the beasts into a dead end. One by one, they fall until the field is littered with their carcasses. In the distance, a herd of feral hogs moves slowly across the field. Gunshots echo from all corners, and finally the last hog is taken down. A signal comes from the grazing area. Another herd is attacking, tearing through everything in its path. Through our scopes, we spot the hogs brazenly ripping apart the grassland under the sun. Wasting no time, the team locks onto the target. Then the assault begins. From the heart of the field to the crop's edge, each hog is hunted down to the last. Another herd stopped in its tracks. The grassland is safe, at least for today. Every time the feral hogs come, our family's lush fields turn into a wasteland. Months of hard work vanish in an instant. And it's not just us, the whole village suffers from ruined harvests caused by these ferocious, increasingly cunning beasts. So when I heard a hunt was being organized, I couldn't sit still. I had to join.
Çok iyi.
That morning, our hunting team gathered at the foot of the mountain. Everyone was eager and ready for action. As we moved through the tall grasslands toward the slopes, I suddenly noticed something off. A familiar foul smell and faint sounds of movement in the distance. My instincts kicked in. I raised my rifle and sure enough, a feral hog emerged from afar. I didn't hesitate pulling the trigger. The shot was clean, swift, and lethal. The hog dropped within seconds.
Rekord!
Just ahead, Devlin suddenly froze. His eyes widened clearly, spotting something off. And there it was, a dark shape charging straight at him with terrifying speed. Unfazed, Devlin fired without mercy. The burst of bullets dropped the feral hog instantly. It took us about 10 minutes to reach the mountain. Once there, my teammates quickly locked onto the hog's direction. I got into position steady and ready, waiting for the perfect moment. The hog burst out and I fired immediately. A few shots later, it staggered and collapsed to the ground. From a mountain ridge, I had a clear view of the area below. The dogs were still sniffing and barking at the base of the hill. Thanks to them, we quickly located the next target. My rifle locked onto a feral hog, and with a loud crack, the shot rang out. But this one wasn't going down easily. It took a few rounds to finally bring it down. A little to my left, Devlin spotted his own target, a smaller hog. At close range, Devlin dropped it cleanly with ease. When I saw the feral hog charging straight at Felix, I immediately radioed to get him ready. With our tight coordination and solid formation, the hog had no escape. I stood alone, patiently waiting as the dogs drove the hog toward me. The moment it burst from the bushes, a single shot rang out, hitting the target dead on. The chase ended there. With our numerical advantage and tight coordination, we quickly gained the upper hand. Gunshots echoed relentlessly through the forest, shattering the silence. In less than 10 minutes, several feral hogs were down. A thrilling and efficient hunt. On our way down the mountain, we encountered another herd. It happened so fast we had no choice but to act immediately. The number of hogs was staggering large, ferocious, and charging at us fearlessly. But with our hunting experience and honed skills, we dispatched them swiftly and cleanly. In the scorching summer heat, ferocious feral hogs rampage across the land, destroying crops, tearing up fields, and leaving farmers' hard work in ruins. With razor-sharp tusks and storm-like speed, they're ready to charge anyone who dares stand in their way. We grip our rifles, tracking the marks they leave on the parched ground. Want to join this feral hog hunt? If yes, leave the number 2. If not, leave the number 5.
Mermi.
In the sweltering heat, ravenous feral hogs scour for food to satisfy their hunger. The team swiftly moves according to plan, ascending the dry, grassy hills. This time, we don't use hunting dogs to track. Instead, we rely on our readiness. No barking, just tense eyes tracking every movement. The hunt begins. I climb to the hilltop where I can better spot the hogs' traces. I carefully scan the dry bushes below where they often hide. I raise my rifle and fire, a perfect shot. The others panic, scattering quickly and fleeing deep into the forest. Following the hillside, we descend to the field. A herd of feral hogs is slowly advancing, seemingly returning from feeding in the fields. I quickly pick an ambush spot, raise my rifle, and wait for them to get closer. As the herd emerges from the bushes, I fire without hesitation. The bullet hits one, dropping it to the ground. The others scatter in panic, bolting into the forest at high speed. I hurriedly track their trail. Running through bushes and climbing a steep mound is exhausting, but I find no trace as the dust has covered their tracks. The hills are vast and the feral hogs are many. All we have is our will and the rifles in our hands to face these beasts. Look there. My eyes lock onto its every move. I quickly pull the trigger. One precise shot. The target collapses. Meanwhile, on another hillside, Kevin is tracking a trail. He struggles from the dusty base of the hill up to a rocky slope above, but finds no sign of the beast. Suddenly, a panicked feral hog charges right through his line of sight. Think it'll escape. Kevin doesn't let that happen. He cuts off every chance for the fat hog to flee. It tumbles a few times before collapsing beside a brittle dry bush. The summer heat grows more intense. We need to quickly deal with the remaining feral hogs. Pushing into the dense bushes, a perfect hiding spot for our prey, far from the sound of gunfire, I suddenly spot a shadow lurking within. I raise my rifle, aiming carefully. The hog seems to sense danger and bolts at high speed, but a gunshot rings out, cutting off its escape. Another victory is marked in the final hunt of the day. Near the town of Drew in northwest Uri-Tilweer province, the annual 4A hunting event kicks off with fervor in July and August. It's when hunters like us are permitted to target invasive feral hogs to control their growing numbers. Join us now for this thrilling hunting adventure. As soon as we released the hounds and fired the opening shot, a large herd of wild boars charged across the path ahead. It was a prime target our hunting team couldn't afford to miss. We quickly split up and set up ambushes at different points, knowing the boars would soon scatter when they sensed danger. As expected, a few broke from the herd and barreled toward us. But despite our efforts to shoot quickly, we missed our chance and they escaped into the forest.
Çok güzel. Şöyle gel Selam. Şuradan şöyle bir al.
Quickly chasing the escaped boar, I quietly hid behind a tree and waited patiently. The moment it reappeared, I didn't hesitate and pulled the trigger immediately. My target was the lead boar, but unfortunately the shot missed and it vanished back into the forest. The missed shot didn't discourage me. I quickly gave chase and with my teammates set up an ambush. There it was, the wild boar. Finally, after all our efforts, luck smiled on us. With a single shot, the boar dropped instantly and rolled down the slope. Just seconds later, another gunshot rang out. My friend had taken down another massive boar, a proud victory and a testament to our never-give-up spirit. The dry leaves on the ground rustled with every movement of the wild boars betraying their presence. We quickly pinpointed our target. As the noise grew louder, we knew it was time to open fire. Though the wounded boar stubbornly kept running, we knew it would soon tire and collapse. Elsewhere in the forest, John spotted a group of tempting targets. As they charged past him, he didn't hesitate and fired immediately. Caught in a hail of bullets, one boar couldn't dodge, took a hit and fell in the wild forest. The strongest and largest wild boars were always our top targets. With their destructive power and rapid reproduction, they posed a threat we couldn't ignore. That's why our entire team stayed determined, relentlessly pursuing and taking them down to protect the ecosystem's balance here. Through the layers of camouflage, I spotted a boar moving, but this cunning creature was sharp. Always alert, it seemed to catch our scent and instantly sped up. I didn't miss my chance, firing without hesitation. After a rapid burst of shots, the boar was finally brought down. The sky grew overcast and a few hot gusts of wind swept through, so we decided to pack up and head back. Suddenly, a signal came from the vehicle ahead. Our teammates had spotted a herd of wild boars about to cross the road. Without hesitation, we jumped out of the truck. 2 shots rang out, and to our surprise, both hit their marks. The team couldn't hide their excitement, proud of the brilliant success of today's hunt. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please support us with a like and follow. Goodbye and see you in the next videos. The Flinders Ranges in South Australia are renowned for their dramatic landscapes and rugged cliffs, home to a population of kangaroos uniquely adapted to the harsh environment. The male kangaroos in this region live by a single rule: survival demands combat. Their lives are shaped by fierce battles for dominance, where only the strongest and most agile secure the top spot in the social hierarchy. Leave a comment with number 1 to explore how to manage this invasive species. These fierce battles often last for hours, with low blows being part of the fight for dominance. The victor gains access to mates and passes on their genes to the next generation. What makes kangaroo fights remarkable is their raw physical power. Standing up to 6.5 feet tall and boasting solid muscles, an adult male kangaroo is a formidable opponent. Their powerful hind legs deliver forceful kicks, while sharp claws and sturdy forearms enable them to grapple with rivals. Their strength rebounds after the harsh South Australian dry season, preparing both males and females for the breeding cycle. But danger always lurks in the wild. A pack of hungry dingoes emerges. Their usual prey is the weakest kangaroos, but with a large pack, they set their sights on a bigger target, a powerful male kangaroo. Its survival hinges on speed and agility. Instead of jumping faster, it lengthens its stride, sometimes covering 20 feet in a single bound. At 12 miles per hour, it moves efficiently, while the dingo pack must exert twice the effort to keep up. At 30 miles per hour, escaping these agile predators becomes much harder. However, as kangaroo populations have grown over the years, and the Australian government built a highway through remote parts of South Australia, human-wildlife conflicts have increased. The Australian government implemented a strategy of constructing fences to control kangaroo movement. These fences stretch for dozens of miles to protect road users. Do you think this method is effective? If yes, leave a comment with number 2. If no, leave number 5. However, as kangaroos gather along the fences, a new issue arises. When fencing fails to fully resolve the problem, another question emerges. Is culling the only solution to restore order and ensure safety for both humans and wildlife? With the kangaroo population growing, the fences, once seen as an optimal solution, begin to buckle under the 150-pound weight of these powerful creatures, easily breaching the flimsy barriers. To prepare for safe culling, hunters must visit licensed gun shops in South Australia. These shops provide rifle scopes, ammunition, and the necessary hunting permits. With around 300 licensed shops nationwide, obtaining a permit is a rigorous process. Each permit restricts hunters to a maximum of 15 kangaroos in designated areas. Hunters are confined to specific zones to ensure sustainable wildlife management. Each hunting training session is a rigorous experience limited to 12 hunters per session to ensure focus. Training in South Australia and Queensland lasts from 1 to 2 weeks. Aimed at population control, about 1 million kangaroos are permitted to be culled annually, a small fraction of the total population. Hunters learn about kangaroo behaviors such as their ability to detect danger from 300 feet and their swift movements. In practice, they shoot at targets from 100, 150, and 200 yards to simulate the accuracy required. Preparing for a nighttime kangaroo hunt in remote South Australia requires patience and precision to curb their invasive impact. Kangaroos are most active in the early morning, but nighttime offers hunters the best opportunity. The quickest way to locate kangaroos is near water sources or open grasslands where they graze under cover of darkness. A typical hunt takes down 8 to 12 kangaroos each, weighing 80 to 150 pounds, adhering to quotas and ecological balance. Additionally, winter in South Australia is the peak hunting season when vegetation is sparser, making kangaroos easier to spot. Regulations limit hunting to 3 hours per night to minimize disturbance to other wildlife. Hunters maintain a distance of 100 to 150 yards to avoid kicks from kangaroo hind legs, which can deliver up to 600 pounds of force, enough to cause serious injury. They use advanced scopes and thermal imaging to detect kangaroos from 250 yards, paired with high-powered flashlights illuminating up to 200 yards.
You got him, right?
Yep.
Wow.
After a successful hunt, kangaroo meat is carefully processed on-site and transported to ensure quality. Kangaroo meat is prized for its lean protein and is popular in Australia and for export. Hunters sell the meat to licensed processors, fetching $1.5 to $3 per pound depending on quality and demand. Many Australians value kangaroo meat for its sustainability and unique flavor. Though tightly regulated to maintain ecological balance, hunting is conducted with high responsibility. Is hunting the best solution for Australia's environmental challenges, or should alternative methods be adopted? Let us know what you think about the measures the Australian government has implemented. Comment with number 1 if you agree with these methods. Thank you for reading this post. These approaches have been effective in controlling some invasive species. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please support us with a like and follow. Goodbye, and see you in the next videos. Zebras, the iconic animals of Kenya's Masai Mara savanna, belong to the horse family and have existed on Earth for millions of years. Their evolutionary history began about 4.5 million years ago, when their earliest ancestors appeared and gradually evolved into their current form. Their standout feature is the unique black and white striped coat, which provides effective camouflage in the wild and reduces the risk of detection by predators. Leave your comment as number 1, and let's explore more fascinating facts together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the latest updates. Zebras with their distinctive black and white stripes live in herds across the Masai Mara savanna, displaying remarkable coordination to counter threats from predators like lions or hyenas. Their dynamic, agile nature and flexible communication through sounds and gestures enable zebras not only to survive, but also to assert their place in the ecosystem. The powerful synchronized galloping of a zebra herd creates a majestic spectacle, a testament to the latent strength and wild beauty of nature. However, by 2025, the increasing zebra population in the Masai Mara has led to new challenges. Due to shrinking habitats and scarce food resources, zebra herds have started encroaching into nearby urban areas. Their presence in towns not only disrupts daily life, but also causes numerous issues. Zebras frequently cross roads, obstructing traffic, damaging crops, and even causing serious traffic accidents. Local residents face significant challenges in protecting their property and ensuring safety, while authorities must find ways to balance wildlife conservation with urban management. Solutions such as building fences, creating ecological corridors, or relocating zebras are being considered, but they require close cooperation between communities' authorities and conservation organizations. Not only do zebras disrupt urban areas, but they also pose a serious threat to agriculture in the suburbs of the Masai Mara. They frequently invade farmlands, damaging crops and competing with livestock for food resources. These damages not only reduce agricultural yields, but also cause significant economic losses directly impacting the livelihoods of local residents. Consequently, controlling the zebra population has become an urgent task to protect agricultural production and maintain stability in rural areas. To mitigate the damage caused by zebras to agriculture and urban environments in the Masai Mara, a feasible solution is to relocate them to professionally managed reserves or zoos. This approach not only helps control the zebra population in a safe environment, but also reduces conflicts between humans and wildlife. Reserves designed to mimic their natural habitat will ensure zebras have ample space to roam and maintain their herd behavior, while also protecting them from threats like poaching or habitat loss. Meanwhile, zoos offer opportunities for the public, especially children and tourists, to learn about the biological characteristics, social behaviors, and critical role of zebras in the savanna ecosystem. Educational programs at zoos can include interactive exhibits, expert-guided tours, and hands-on activities, thereby raising community awareness about wildlife conservation. Zoos in Kenya can create suitable artificial habitats to ensure natural development conditions for zebras, promoting their healthy growth and reducing the risk of encroachment into residential areas. Through educational and communication programs, the public will gain a deeper understanding of zebras' role in the ecosystem and the importance of biodiversity conservation. Community consensus will provide a strong foundation for long-term and sustainable conservation efforts for this species. However, controlled hunting is also considered a quick measure to manage the zebra population in the short term. Many areas in Kenya have permitted hunters to carry out this activity to reduce the damage caused by zebras to urban areas and agriculture. Controlled hunting not only helps limit zebras' encroachment into human habitats, but is also seen as a sustainable approach to protect the environment and stabilize livelihoods for local people. What do you think about this solution? If you agree, leave comment number 2. If you disagree, leave number 5. Before taking action, hunters thoroughly check their equipment from rifles to supporting tools to ensure everything is ready. Once conditions are secured, they will execute a precise shot targeting vital weak points to bring down the zebra quickly and humanely. minimizing the animal's suffering as much as possible.
Okay, stand still.
That back one's gonna stick.
To maintain ecological balance in the Masai Mara, hunters must strictly adhere to post-hunting management procedures. First, they need to submit detailed reports on the hunting outcomes, including the number, sex, and age of the zebras hunted to the Wildlife Management Authority. These reports enable the authority to closely monitor the zebra population, assess the impact of hunting on the ecosystem, and adjust conservation policies as needed. Limiting the number of animals hunted based on permitted quotas is a key factor in preventing excessive population decline, ensuring zebras continue to play a vital role in the food chain and maintain biodiversity. Additionally, hunters must comply with the regulations on handling animal carcasses to avoid environmental pollution or attracting other predators which could disrupt the ecosystem. Training programs on sustainable hunting are also encouraged to raise hunters' awareness of their social responsibilities. They are not merely resource exploiters but also partners in protecting the natural environment. Collaboration with local communities and international conservation organizations will ensure that hunting activities not only meet economic needs but also contribute to preserving the wild beauty of the Masai Mara. Additionally, hunters should participate in conservation and community education programs about the importance of protecting the zebra habitat in the Masai Mara. This helps raise awareness of the need to maintain a healthy zebra population while reducing human-wildlife conflict. Thank you for watching this content. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with future content.
Good job, man.
Ferocious wild boars are rampaging through America's forests, devastating farmland and causing millions in damages. Now, seasoned hunters from across the country are rallying ready to confront these beasts and protect the land. The following footage will take you into intense ambushes and heart-pounding moments where every second counts. Comment number 1 to watch until the end and pick the most epic takedown moment. Thomas's hunting team arrived early, swiftly moving into the Georgia forest where wild boars lurk. Upon reaching the area, the team took their pre-assigned positions. Just minutes later, a gunshot echoed from deep in the woods Thomas had taken down the team's first target. Shortly after, on a forest trail, Jack spotted a boar emerging from the brush. Without hesitation, a sharp shot rang out. Another target eliminated. The hunt had officially begun. From the eastern edge of the forest, the urgent barking of the hunting dogs signaled the prey's location. Johnny moved swiftly, eyes locked on the source of the sound as he took position. Seconds later, a wild boar charged out like a gust of wind. Without hesitation, Johnny pulled the trigger. The bullet hit dead center. The beast collapsed into the nearby brush with no chance of escape. Another takedown and peace, at least for today, was restored to the people of this land. Deep economic scars behind. Meanwhile, deep in the California forest, another intense pursuit was unfolding. Nick's team had taken up ambush positions. As planned, the hunting dogs fanned out, sniffing for traces of prey in the dense woods. After 15 minutes of silence, the dogs' barks erupted. The team snapped to attention. On Mike's side, spotting a boar hidden in the brush, he But the hunt wasn't over. A wild boar tried to escape the hunting dogs, unaware that someone was lying in wait. A single, precise shot rang out. The beast tumbled onto the rocky ground, unable to resist. A clean, accurate takedown restoring peace to this mountain forest. Livestock losses, but also provides a straightforward, affordable way to keep the kings of the savannah at bay. Just when it seemed over, an unexpected ambush was triggered in the eastern part of the forest where open sightlines favored seasoned marksmen. A wild boar slunk through the brush, trying to slip past Nick unnoticed. As it raised its head, a shot rang out. It tried to flee, but a pained squeal revealed Nate's bullet had hit its mark. Another victory secured, and the fields would be safe, at least for now. At the vast Benia Fields, a flat and open expanse, the perfect hideout for wild boars lurked between the forest's edge and endless rice paddies. Early in the morning, Pond's team arrived fully armed with a pack of hunting dogs ready to track their prey. After settling into ambush positions, 15 minutes of silence passed. Suddenly, a noise erupted nearby. Leaving Benia, we journey to the vineyards of Tuscany, where once peaceful rows of vines now serve as hideouts for wild boars. Ronnie's team arrived fully equipped, accompanied by their pack of hunting dogs. They scoured each row of vines for signs of movement. Suddenly, barks echoed from a distance. The dogs had caught a scent. In less than a minute, a boar burst out charging through the vineyard. Ronnie did. Leaving the tranquil vineyards behind, we arrive in Corsica, a rugged land of sharp rocks and dense scrub. The terrain grows harsher, testing even seasoned marksmen. But Finn remains unfazed. He sets out early, weaving through crags and thorny thickets in a silent pursuit. As he navigates a narrow trail, a group of wild boars suddenly bursts from the bushes, foraging for food. Sona's team took their positions spread across ambush points around the mountain. Sona quickly settled in, eyes locked on the terrain, patiently scanning for movement. A panicked boar crashed through the brush, attempting to flee. As it entered her sights, Sona loaded and locked on. John, a seasoned marksman, moved in with one goal: let none escape. After 15 minutes of pushing deeper into the thicket, he spotted his target. A
Congratulations. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you for the key.
Beneath the blazing afternoon sun in Kruger National Park, time feels suspended as the hunting team moves carefully through the tall grass. Every step is risky. One wrong sound could alert a lion. When the leader spots the lion just 45 meters away, he holds his breath and tightens his grip on the rifle, fully aware that a single misstep could trigger the beast to charge with unpredictable results. Wild boars, massive beasts weighing up to 300 pounds with razor-sharp tusks, devastate grasslands, attack people and livestock, and cause millions of dollars in damage each year. Traps and fences are useless against these relentless invaders. There's only one way to stop them: hunt them down in their lairs within treacherous swamps. And only the toughest hunters dare confront them head-on. Who will survive this brutal battle? This hunt is more dangerous than ever. We venture deep into wild boar territory where they lurk cunningly in dense forests. To avoid ambushes, we bring a pack of well-trained hunting dogs. They track swiftly and alert us the moment prey is near. In this mission, the dogs are not just hunters, they're our eyes, ears, and first line of defense. Today I head into a particularly dangerous area with Bernie where tall grass provides perfect cover. The team splits up and takes assigned positions. After 10 minutes of searching, the dogs start barking furiously in the thicket. We lock eyes on the source of the noise, tracking every movement. Suddenly, a massive wild boar charges from the grass, barreling straight toward Bernie. Without hesitation, we fire. Shots ring out and
Good job, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Got nice teeth in it.
After the heart-pounding clash, we quickly move to track the next targets. In the distance, shadows of wild boars emerge, slowly weaving through thick grass to forage. We don't shoot immediately. Instead, we carefully conceal ourselves in the bushes, waiting for them to draw closer. Then gunfire echoes across the swamp. Each shot is swift and precise.
Bueno.
Hey.
Tricky.
This place is a true paradise for wild boars with abundant food sources. In just 15 minutes, Silas spots a target. It bursts from the tall reeds but quickly falls, unable to escape Silas's precise shot. We choose a good vantage point and use binoculars to scan the area. There they are, a group of boars foraging on the forest floor.
Go.
Deep in the silent palmetto thicket, Bernie quietly tracks another target. A boar emerges from behind a palm trunk. Bernie raises the rifle, aims carefully, and pulls the trigger. Perfect. A single precise shot and the boar drops instantly, no chance to react. One shot was all it took to bring it down. The swampy terrain here is truly treacherous, riddled with dangers we usually try to avoid. In Texas, I'm pursuing a beast, a wild boar fast as the wind tries to slip out of sight. These monsters ravage fields, threaten livestock, and now it's time to put an end to them. But from a helicopter, one wrong shot means it's all over. This isn't a game, it's war. Do you have what it takes to face a herd of ferocious beasts? Watch to the end to see how I take them down. Wild boars are no ordinary prey. They're 400-pound wrecking machines charging at 30 miles per hour with tusks that can rip through anything. In Texas, they devastate crops, attack livestock, and even threaten humans. Each year, they cause over $2.5 billion in damage across the U.S. Hunting them on foot is a true challenge, dangerous, slow, and packed with intensity. That's why I'm here on the plains, rifle in hand, ready to face the beast. Clear skies, light breeze, perfect weather for hunting wild boars. There, a boar hiding in the tall grass gives away its position. It bolts at the sound of my footsteps. I raise my rifle lock on target. A shot rings out. The boar drops instantly. Fresh tracks appear, another one's lurking nearby. I cautiously advance, take aim. Another shot, another kill. None escape today. We push deeper into the dense thicket where the tracks are fresh. The wild boars are close. The crack of dry branches under my feet sends them into a frenzy, scattering in all directions. I pull the trigger, the shot tearing through the air. Determined to stop these pests from further destruction, I aim at each one. The grasslands and bushes are now We move to a vast field where wild boars often gather. These beasts roam fearlessly, ravaging everything in their path until they spot us. Chaos erupts. They scatter in panic, but my hunting team and I lock onto our targets, pursuing each one. Gunshots ring out relentlessly. Every bullet hits its mark. One by one, they fall, their bodies strewn across the field. Hunting wild boars isn't a sport, it's war. These monsters destroy crops, cause billions in damages, threaten livestock and even human lives. From the ground, we strike back, defending the land, saving farmers' livelihoods, and restoring natural balance. Under a clear blue sky and blazing sun, today is the perfect day to hunt boars. They scatter in panic before us, but none can escape our sights. I move closer, rifle ready. At this range, every shot hits like a hammer. Gunfire erupts in succession. With each pull of the trigger, As the sun sets, we must take down the last ones. The remaining boars try to hide in the thickets lurking deep under the canopy. I take aim and a shot rings out toward their fleeing forms. One falls, the others bolt. They're fast, but not fast enough. My team and I move swiftly through the terrain, clearing every hiding spot. No track escapes our notice. We pursue, lock onto targets, and fire relentlessly to finish the job. In Louisiana, where sprawling grasslands and vast swamps dominate, we face an unwelcome enemy: wild hogs. According to local government statistics, the damage caused by wild hogs is estimated at millions of dollars annually. We can't wait for them to ruin crops or take them down one by one slowly. It's too dangerous, too sluggish. So a ground hunt is launched, and we seasoned hunters are ready to act. From the grasslands, we watch the wild hogs flee in panic. Amid rustling leaves and pounding footsteps, we keep firing, aiming at the boars ahead. The open terrain makes spotting targets easy. With nowhere to hide, the herd is quickly taken down. But another group lurks in the nearby forest, harder to detect. We devise a plan, move closer, and stir up chaos. After half an hour of patience, the boars can't hold out and bolt. A decisive assault follows, and we successfully bring down the targets. In the chaos, a few lucky boars manage to escape. We immediately give chase. After pinpointing the herd's location, we're ready to strike. These hogs are smarter than we thought, dodging lethal shots and catching the team off guard. Seizing the moment, we take precise aim and bring down a few more. This hunting method is truly effective. It doesn't take long to find targets. After a tense confrontation, a few boars escape, splitting from the herd and scattering in all directions. Seizing the opportunity, our team fights with full force. We aim for the largest ones and pull the trigger. One target is massive. Locking onto its weak point, I fire a decisive shot. After the loud blast, the boar has no Continuing the battle, we advance into lush green fields. The boars think the tall grass will conceal them, but it's futile. Once spotted, they bolt at breakneck speed. We manage to take down only a few targets. Undeterred, we press on with the pursuit. As dusk falls, we continue the ground hunt. This time, our presence in the forest seems to have stirred a deep fear in the wild boar herd. They panic and charge into the nearby grassy field, desperate to escape at all costs. But with a carefully planned encirclement, we don't let them slip away easily. Gunshots ring out relentlessly from the team, a merciless farewell to these cunning, ferocious beasts. In the stillness of the forest, I patiently wait for the enemy to appear. 10 minutes pass, then 15. Everything outside remains eerily quiet. Then suddenly a shadow emerges through the canopy. It moves fast, so I don't hesitate and fire immediately. Unfortunately, the boar is too quick, vanishing into the distant forest before my shot can hit.
Oh, don't.
Silence blankets the forest for the next half hour until the sound of a wild boar's footsteps finally shatters the stillness. With everyone on high alert, ready to fire at any moment, a team member delivers a lethal shot. The boar collapses instantly onto the dry leaves amidst the ancient trees. As for me, after moving to a new position, I quickly take cover behind camouflage, waiting patiently in silence, listening closely. Strange sounds approach. Just seconds later, a boar charges out of the thicket. On instinct, I raise my rifle aim quickly and pull the trigger. The boar drops instantly, a solid comeback after the frustration of missing earlier. Meanwhile, less than 400 meters away, Lucas faces another boar. When danger strikes, wild boars don't calculate their path, they just charge straight ahead until they escape. Lucas anticipated this. He waits at the edge of a path leading into the forest. Hunting wild boars requires meticulous preparation and unwavering resolve to face immense challenges. The hunters with clear plans, calculated ambush positions, and swift reactions have tamed these ferocious beasts. This reminds us that in life, when confronting difficulties, careful planning, teamwork, and decisive action can overcome obstacles, protect what matters, and achieve.
Omuzu vurmuştu ya Ömer.
Evet.
Nerede? Akciğerden vurmuştu.
The scorching sun in Tanzania's Serengeti grasslands burns every creature, with temperatures often soaring past 113 degrees CC. In this harsh wilderness, every species fights fiercely for survival. Amid the vast savanna, lions shine as the unchallenged kings, reigning at the top of the food chain. Are you curious about how these lions dominate and thrive in their pride? Drop a 1 in the comments and join us. Each member of the lion pride plays a crucial role, forming a perfect survival machine. Lionesses, with their strength and finesse, are skilled hunters and devoted mothers, always shielding their cubs. They remain ever vigilant, ready to face any threat. Leading the pride is the formidable male lion, ruling over a territory spanning up to 100 kilometers down, and prepared to shed blood to protect his family. As the harsh dry season drags on in the Serengeti, dwindling food supplies push lion prides to the brink, forcing them to lead their groups through grueling journeys to find new lands. This is their last chance for survival, but it also brings them closer to human territories. Under the cover of night lions stealthily infiltrate farms, ruthlessly attacking livestock. Suburban communities. In many areas of Tanzania, the threat of lion attacks on residential zones has become an urgent issue demanding immediate action. To protect residents, local authorities have deployed sturdy fences as a temporary shield. Crafted from weather-resistant stainless steel, these fences are not only durable but also low maintenance, providing long-term safety and effectiveness for the community. To confront this danger, farmers in the suburbs of Arusha, where lions frequently lurk, have erected sturdy steel fences around their farms and pastures. Standing 2.5 to 3 meters tall, these fences form an impregnable fortress, thwarting even the boldest lion attacks. This solution not only minimizes livestock losses, but also offers a simple, cost-effective way to keep the kings of the savannah at a safe distance.
Bravo, yeah.
Despite the partial protection offered by sturdy steel fences, a 10–15% increase in lion sightings in suburban and urban areas has heightened concerns. With approximately 50 people injured and 18 fatalities annually, lion attacks are no longer a minor issue. The question is, how should authorities act to ensure public safety? The answer lies in long-term solutions that not only protect humans, but also maintain ecological balance. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, British East African authorities tackled the lion threat with decisive measures, marking a milestone in the conflict between humans and wildlife. Beyond erecting sturdy fences, they implemented controlled hunting using specialized weapons to minimize damage, while managing lion populations scientifically to avoid harming the ecosystem. To prepare for controlled hunts, hunters often turn to the premier hunting outfitter in Johannesburg, South Africa. There, the Holland & Holland 375 Magnum emerged as the optimal choice, a powerful weapon suited for tackling everything from massive antelopes to predators like lions. With its versatility and potency, this rifle enabled hunters to operate efficiently without switching weapons, ensuring safety and precision with every shot.
Hallettik.
From hundreds of applicants, only about 80 hunters are selected each year through a rigorous process. They undergo intensive training, mastering shooting tracking, understanding lion behavior and practicing ethical hunting, bearing the responsibility of protecting communities while Everything is set for the lion hunt in South Africa, a vivid testament to meticulous preparation and the strength of teamwork. Each hunting party consists of at least 3 members, a sharpshooter, a skilled tracker, and a seasoned guide. They set out before dawn, as hunting alone is taboo in the perilous wilderness. Only seamless coordination ensures safety. The air buzzes with tension as they check their 375. Pressing on, we move into lush green fields. The boars think the tall grass will hide them, but it's no use. Once spotted, they sprint away at full speed. We manage to take down a few, but many get away. Undeterred, we keep up the chase. As dusk settles, the ground hunt continues. This time we're better prepared, but the hogs are incredibly quick. We've lost count of how many we've brought down today. It's been a huge success.
Check hole, check hole.
Taking down a single lion can take hours, even an entire day, requiring unwavering patience and focus. But to bring down 3 in one day, the hunting team must achieve perfect coordination. A keen tracker spotting the faintest signs, a seasoned guide accurately reading the lion's behavior, A successful hunt is a rare moment when everything aligns perfectly. The wilderness always holds risks, with unexpected confrontations possible at any time. Lions are never easy targets. According to South African wildlife conservation organizations, dozens of hunters have been attacked when closing in to within 15 meters of their prey. Fortunately, if hunters fail to react in a split second, they could become the prey. To hunt lions safely and effectively, the team must spend hours tracking across vast landscapes spanning 40,000 hectares. Professional hunters are permitted to take down only 1 to 3 lions per day. Exceeding this limit carries severe consequences, fines up to $8,000, permanent revocation of licenses, and a lifetime ban from hunting. The lion hunt in Africa is a vivid testament to nature's harshness and the fragile line between conservation and survival. It not only hones hunters' respect, patience, and responsibility, but also highlights the delicate balance needed to sustain life. Is there a way to harmonize traditional hunting with the mission of conservations? These measures have helped manage dangerous wildlife, but there's always room for new ideas. Do you have any more effective solutions? Share your thoughts in the comments to discuss together. Thank you for joining this story. If you found it engaging, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling tales. Invite your friends to explore this journey with us. See you next time. Hyenas, wild warriors with razor-sharp hunting instincts and lightning-fast agility, are becoming a nightmare for African farmers. Regarded as nature's ultimate predators, hyenas can charge at a staggering 64 km/h, always ready to chase down and take out livestock like cattle, sheep, and goats, the priceless assets of local communities. Drop comment number 1 to dive into the mysterious allure of these powerful beasts. In 2018, hyenas wreaked havoc, killing around 12,000 livestock in South Africa's grazing regions, causing a staggering $2.5 million in economic losses. Their relentless attacks pushed farmers into a corner, struggling to protect their herds. Meat and milk production plummeted, threatening the livelihoods of thousands of families reliant on livestock farming. Drop comment number 1 to learn more about Livestock carcasses left by hyena attacks lie scattered, giving off a foul odor that pollutes the air and draws in scavengers, increasing the risk of disease outbreaks. On top of that, the decomposing remains contaminate water sources, especially near South Africa's rivers, seriously affecting water quality and public health. Drop a 1 in the comments to learn more about this dangerous threat. To counter the threat from hyenas, the South African government has tightened regulations, enacting strict laws to control hunting activities and ensure the safety of hunters. Since 2019, approximately 200 hunters seeking to pursue hyenas have been required to obtain a special permit from the authorities and comply with rigorous regulations. The minimum age for participation is 21, ensuring hunters are mature and responsible enough to face these dangerous wild animals. Hunters must undergo 60 hours of grueling training on hunting safety, from mastering firearm use to honing expert tracking techniques. They not only need to pass a theoretical exam, but also demonstrate exceptional field skills to earn their license. A controlled hunting campaign led by the South African government eliminated 500 hyenas across the region. By 2020, thanks to stringent controls and rigorous monitoring, the hyena population dropped to 300 to 800, marking a major step forward in protecting the ecosystem. Do you think this campaign is effective? In open terrain, the .375 H&H Magnum rifle stands out for its long-range accuracy, allowing hunters to hit targets reliably from 100 to 200 meters, providing crucial time to react to any threat. By 2021, South African hunters adopted an innovative approach hunting hyenas at night using bows and arrows. To navigate the darkness, they equipped themselves with ultra-bright flashlights, enhancing their ability to follow hyena tracks after sundown. Local authorities have constructed sturdy shelters to protect hunters from sudden attacks by other wild animals. These fortified stations not only guarantee safety, but also allow hunters to approach their prey with greater efficiency. Key regions in South Africa where bows and arrows are used for tracking hyenas include Limpopo, Mpumalanga, and the Northern Cape. A key tactic for successful hunting is using bait, typically animal carcasses, with a distinctive odor to lure hyenas to the hunting area. As the hyenas focus on devouring the bait, hunters gain the chance to aim precisely and take them down in an instant. This method boasts an impressive 85% success rate per hunt. However, by 2024, hyena hunting was halted due to new policies aimed at preserving the region's ecological.
Oh, double tapped him.
The South African government has introduced strict control measures, successfully reducing the hyena population to about 400 or 500 across the region. To minimize conflicts between humans and hyenas, they installed sturdy steel fences standing 5.5 meters high that separate wildlife zones from residential areas and farms. These barriers effectively keep hyenas away from livestock, enabling farmers to operate with greater confidence and promote sustainable growth. Hyena attacks on livestock have caused significant damage, but control measures like sturdy fences, regulated hunting, and professional hunter training have helped reduce conflicts. However, the 2024 hunting suspension highlights the need to prioritize nature conservation. Viewers should recognize that sustainable solutions not only protect humans, but also respect the existence of wildlife, fostering